Their problem just got bigger. Although
Yeah.
Benny QT has this 1-1, I still can see the concept of what Echo.
Use the hashtag SmartPowersMPLS12.
And one lucky commenter who guesses correctly will win a redeemable in-game code. Remember, keep an eye out for this poll.
Game number 1. They are very close to the end. It's Echo versus Blacklist. One team goes home today.
One of the most monumental series so far in Philippine history. Both M World Champions, Echo and Blacklist. Who's gonna be able to defend their title in M5?
Yeah, I mean, this matchup is really great in terms of player head-to-head, but you really have to watch out for these XP laners because they do dictate a lot of these objective takes that we've known with Echo and Blacklist International. There's a reason why Echo has an insane control with the Turtle and the Lord. It's because of the presence of Sanford, especially with these EXP heroes that he's very comfortable with. But Blacklist International, speaking about comfort, we've seen Edward pull off amazing games on the Arlet.
Yeah, they didn't really like experiment too much here, right? They are going with tried and tested. They're going with maximum sustain right now. But yeah, it is scary. The burst that can come from this Nolan, especially in the hands of one of the best junglers in the world, the young GOAT Carl TZ.
Yep.
It's a scary combo, even with the hard card, even with the Netherrealm.
You mean the GOT?
The GOT.
The greatest of TZs.
The greatest.
There you go. Finally,
Wow.
I got to explain that joke.
Okay, there you go.
After 3 weeks.
We have been itching our heads over that. Thank
Yeah.
you for clarifying.
It's not the greatest of all time, because that's already a given, you know?
You're lacking an A, right?
The young GOT is the greatest of TZs.
There's no one that can contest
But that is up for debate, actually. Now that Kyle is actually in the grand
Oh.
finals, before Carl TZ got there.
Even Flap.
Even Flap.
Flap TZ is still there.
Yeah,
That's right.
So again, it's up for debate.
Now,
We'll see, we'll see.
very first turtle is up for the grabs. It looks like Echo has it, but look at Legend is here with the first blood, and Sensui secures the very first turtle.
First blood of the series, ladies and gents. Did not take much effort here for Blacklist to actually take that.
Yeah, Carl TZ kind of messed up the combo, especially with the Retribution, and Sanji using his Star Shutter. And Sensui found the right insertion with the Retribution, and Blacklist International gets one on the board. It does help their momentum towards that mid-game spike that we have been saying for the past few minutes. Because again, look at their composition. They have a lot of ways to protect this Irithel, but do keep in mind that the damage is still there for Echo, but they have to find that pickoff onto Ohed.
You know, you mentioned a while ago that turtle control for Echo is just phenomenal. But with that, you know, Edward's gonna be a pain in the neck for Echo, and that's what he actually did. He did a solo kill onto Sanford, and luckily, Sensui was able to steal that turtle away from Carl.
Oh, Edward.
We did see yesterday, Nats went a little bit too insane there on the Benedetta. That's exactly what Edward seems to be doing here, going all out.
Oh, Sensui.
Oh, Divine Judgment, but the hard guard is there, as well as the Netherrealm. That's why the sustain of Black is at 9.9.
I mean, it's quite an overkill. That's why Echo will go for the punish.
But it's not going to be enough, as Yue will fall down. Echo gets their first kill.
Unbelievably so, they're able to do that. Again, that's because the Netherrealm was already expended. It was information that was given over by Blacklist, and Echo, they capitalized.
Again, little overcommitment with the with the way that Blacklist played that fight. Sensui got off very healthy from the Divine Judgment. The hardcore was there, but it's a little unnecessary to commit the Netherrealm from Yue. But again, you see the way Blacklist wants to play this game. They just want to protect the heroes that are being picked off by Echo, but they have to be really careful with the timings, because Echo, if they see that Blacklist does not have these saving mechanisms, they will go for the punish.
Speaking of timing, that crucial cast of the Netherrealm means that Black might have a hard time contesting, especially since JP gets Sensui and Sanji gets the second turtle.
All right, that's a very crucial take there from Echo, and they seem to have this power over the field here.
Yeah.
I can't really explain it.
I mean, it's so obvious that Echo is so damn crazy about a turtle. Like, they're willing to commit the Flicker Divine Judgment onto Sensui just to make sure that they get the Retribution. And this is how Echo wants to play this. They don't want Sensui getting these minor objectives. And that's the reason why you see Carl DZ and Sanji coordinating these spells with the Retribution, just to make sure that they win these micro objectives versus Blacklist International.
Yeah, JP actually did exactly the same thing yesterday while a Lord take was happening. He full committed a Flicker and a Fine Judgment.
Oh, Sanford goes in with a Brave Spider, but Sensui and backup from Blacklist are here. 4-man rotation. They want to go on to Sanford.
Ouch.
Sanford, one more hit, and he will fall down in the hands of the Hitman.
Yeah, we saw the win condition here, folks. This is exactly what Blacklist wants to happen.
Yep.
We want that front line that we have from
look at Sensui.
Sensui, and of course, that damage coming in from Oheb. Unbelievable.
Oh, Sensui.
Retribution was used onto Sanji. They want to go for the tower as
Super
well
slow.
for the kill. Blacklist on the attack, and the aggression is just there. But the Divine Judgment as well.
Netherrealm.
Clutch and Netherrealm coming in from Yue. The damage is not going to be enough for Echo as Blacklist secures an objective.
A lot of ultimates have already been used by both sides, so this seems to be a very natural stopping point. But look at this, and Sensui and Edward, they're working together here.
Edward! TZ, Edward on the attack. Is he going to get Carl TZ? Carl TZ is going to fall down. Not going to fall down, rather. But Edward overextending Astral Echo and Recall combination to bring him down.
I know you're going to point this out, that we saw a bit of a boo-boo there.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate flicker coming out from Edward. He got bumped into the walls of the jungle area from Echo. But Blacklist International, again, we are seeing that peel for Oheb, that Upe, that group up, the early game group up from Blacklist International, just continuously pushing out towers. You know what? The only thing that is stopping Blacklist International from continuously pressuring the towers right now were the first 5 minutes energy shield. And now this is the timing for Blacklist International, but here's the thing, there is still that punish that could come out from Echo because the damage is now there. We have the we have the first set of items on the side of Echo. The penetrations are gonna matter, like the physical penetration from Carl TZ, the minor damage up coming out from Sanji, and of course the catch from JP with that Divine Judgment.
So far, it's looking not as good for Blacklist because one of the keys to victory that Redmar mentioned is that Blacklist really needs to trade perfectly. I mean, they let go of the third turtle. They could have at least went for a tower push or even get one pick-off. But right now, Echo is the aggressor. JP is there, trying to destroy Oheb, but look at Blacklist, still remaining strong.
That's a very nice usage of the Conceal there just for safety. Again, Conceal doesn't always have to be offensive. I love that Echo can utilize that to just stop the targeting from happening. And that's going to be happening around here in the mid as well, possibly. And again, all vision going over to Echo for the meantime because of the Astral Echo.
Yeah, Echo is doing a fantastic job of controlling this mid-bottom river side. This is basically just half mapping for Echo right now, effectively stopping the push from Blacklist onto that bottom lane, which does protect their mid-game timings, and now it allows the 1-1 to join up, because guess what? Benny Cutie has more gold than Oheb.
Oh yeah.
This is hard for the agents. We were expecting that Blacklist would have controlled the early and the mid game, but right now Echo is proving the draft. Hard guard is there, but Daddy JB is elsewhere with a Divine Judgment. Carl TZ picks up the kill, and look at Sanford going right after the Hitman. That's 2 members down for Blacklist. US, Sensui, and Edward. They want to go for the trade. Final slash Pets too. And now Sensui and the rest of Blacklist are trying to walk away, but the Netherrealm is there to save the day for Blacklist.
A little bit too late there for Blacklist, though. Of course, without the Netherrealm, Oheb just dead beat, even with the hard guard.
Yeah, that was also a very good response from Echo. They knew perfectly well what Blacklist wanted to do. Like the Irithel, he wanted to go top lane because there's nothing happening on the bottom lane. Echo immediately grouped up on the top lane to try and pick off the Irithel, and it worked. Even under the hard guard, I think even under the Netherrealm, they take that kill.
Absolutely.
Carl TZ, but Sensui has the hard guard right now, and Edward just trying to disrupt Echo. Conceal just to walk back. The Lord will be but they actually found someone. That's going to be onto Edward. Legend Zero is down. That's going to be 1 member down for Blacklist. How will they respond?
Find out. Right now, it is definitely an Echo-sided game. We're seeing a man down. Legend Zero going to be down for the count, and Lord, life is ticking.
Doctor is still here though. Doctor is still here.
11,000 HP for this Lord, very first Lord.
Watch Sanford.
It's going to be a retribution battle. It's still going to go on to Sanji, but Blacklist wants to go for the attack. They're going to go down and get Lord as well as Benny Cutie. 2 members down. Blacklist finally found the trade they were looking for.
Is it just me, or did Sanford evaporate there? Just a few hits.
I mean, that's the power of the mid-game Irithel. Doesn't really need a lot of items. He just needs the Hasglow and the Berserker's Fury, and then you go full commit with Blacklist International. Even though they didn't take the Lord, it does not matter, because the only way that Echo beats you is if they have enough spells to beat you in team fight. But they committed everything onto the Lord. That's why Blacklist was able to turn that Lord fight around.
That was amazing. That was a way to actually turn a bad engagement into a positive gold for your team. And Echo were not able to actually use the first Lord of the game.
The performance so far of Legend Zero is just amazing. I mean, they could have waited.
KB!
Oh, KB with the Divine Judgment is going to be onto Yue. NetherRealm is casted. Sensui trying to soak up the damage coming in from Echo. And Blacklist are on the attack. Hard guard onto Oheb. But both teams still disengaged.
Wow, this lineup is blowing my mind right now for Blacklist.
All right, here's the thing. The peel is there, the firepower is there, but Blacklist International, they're not taking anything away from Echo.
Yeah.
The 1-1 is still able to farm now, surpassing the farm of Blacklist International.
Ouch! Carltz! Carltz is down, and Blacklist wants to go in for the kill. Sanford zoning out 5 members with the bravest fighter.
Oh my goodness, forced them!
And Oheb, and still gets the kill onto the Hitman. Hard guard is not yet casted, and look at Benny Cutie on to Sensui.
How often do you see a 5-man bravest fighter stun? That was insane, Sam.
That is disgusting from the Lapu Lapu. 5-man zone.
And it was important to note that Carltz was actually not in the picture because he was taken down by Blacklist. That was a 4-on-5.
I mean, the idea was there from Echo. Like, he forced out the backline reactions from Blacklist International. Even though Carltz died, Blacklist has committed everything for that kill. And that allowed Echo to take the tower. But again, Sanford with the follow-up 4-man stun with the bravest fighter. And then followed up by Benecutie stacking for the crossbow thing.
That looked, they made it look so easy, even with a man down. Echo just has this firepower that you can't really put into words, and that is exactly why the effect of the 1-1 being ahead of gold, right? Throughout the laning stage.
Yeah, it really gives you a confidence boost if your late game insurance is actually activated early on in the game. Benecutie has yet to, only 1 death rather, but he's performing in such a phenomenal play right now. I mean, he casted that crossbow of Dang on to Sensui and actually bursted down the tankiest hero of Blacklist. So far, that's a good sign for Echo.
Now, we are going to see another Lord,
Lord Dance.
Lord Dance being initiated by Echo here. Chow we're seeing. Sanji's not going to be taken to half.
A very good heads-up flicker from the Navaria. Could have been very disastrous for Echo if the final slash was there to hit the Navaria. Even with the flicker, he's not going to be able to get out because the stack from the Vengeance will be there.
Just realized these 2 teams are the 2 maestros of the Lord Dance. So
yeah. Start counting. Start counting.
Yeah, again, look at the XP, look at the EXP, look at both Sanford and Edward. Look at their positioning. It's going to be very instrumental for both teams.
Final slash, it was used. And now Echo knows this, that's why JP goes in for the kill. And now their NetherRealm is casted as well. Look at Sanford in the midst of everything going at after Sensui. 12k for this Lord, it's going to be reset. JP is gone, and now Blacklist wants to go right after Sanji and Sanford, but Benecutie still alive. 4-on-5 with Blacklist still on top. They have the advantage to take down this Lord, but Echo remains unbothered.
Yeah, I love the way that Blacklist is playing this as usual. Renegade just not showing up as much as he can. Then,
Edward.
But Edward is doing Sanford things as well. And now, Echo, Blacklist, it's gonna be a retribution battle.
Guard!
Oh, Sensui still gets that Lord, and now Blacklist, it's go signal to go in for the kill. Sanji's the first target, as well as Benecutie. Blacklist slowly climbing back to the top.
You know, I know we talked about the draft that Irithel it looked like Echo was expecting the Irithel, but it doesn't seem like the bodies of Echo are able to take these hits.
The Divine Judgment was there from JP, but the follow-up was nowhere to be found. Yue, with the spacing out on the front lines, he's able to cut the team fight from Echo.
16 seconds!
Oh, they got an inhibitor
Final
turret.
flash!
I think they got JP as well. NetherRealm is casted just
minion
to
waves.
soak up the damage.
No
minions, but they have to think about the Lord in the bottom lane. That's 2 members down. Benacuti and Sanji are now in the picture. Will they be able to defend this?
the ball!
Blacklist?
Oh, the ball!
They really want this game number 1. But Carl TZ answers right back with a US shutdown.
All right, I love the discipline here for Blacklist, and man, oh man, Echo, they're still playing it up. They're not letting Blacklist walk all over them.
That was a very, very big clash for both teams. But on the other hand, Echo, that's detrimental because that's 2 inhibitor turrets taken down. And at this stage of the game, you're starting to feel the damage of OHEB with this Irithel. That's going to be a problem, and Echo needs to solve them. And it starts with JP. JP needs to get a good and crucial pickoff, maybe onto OHEB or even onto Renegade.
It's actually becoming very difficult for JP to make these pickoffs happen because he's starting to become more fragile, right?
Yeah.
As time is passing by.
And again, the positioning from UA has always been phenomenal. He divides the team fight for Blacklist International because Echo, they have to bypass this Paramis, but you are going to be susceptible for the pull. And now that was what we saw earlier when Blacklist decided to go for the push. It was just unfortunate that Carl TZ had enough damage to clear the minion waves. But again, the damage is there. It's definitely there for Echo. But you have to execute. They need to find a solution to this divide that Hugh has been doing, especially with the Nether Realm and of course the Shadow Stampede on the front lines.
Yeah, all of this, a very delicate balance that Blacklist has been doing so far. They've been making it work, but you can't really absorb these hits over and over again, right? If you are Blacklist, Echo just still very much on your tail here.
The damage of Sanji in 1 Astral Recall, it hit 3 members of Blacklist, and apart from the damage that he dealt, he actually foiled Blacklist plans because he found out where the members of Blacklist are.
Yeah, that's pretty massive if you ask me, and now it's the waiting game. Both teams definitely looking forward to the 20-second timer that the Lord is going to here.
Yep.
How's Carl TZ doing against Satsui so far?
I mean, Carl TZ in terms of damage is doing better because it's an assassin, so it's natural. But in terms of retribution against Satsui, he's able to stand his ground even against the young GOAT. But now they have to worry about the constant poke. It's not just the Nolan. It's not just about the Kaja anymore. It's not also even about the 1-1 zoning you out in this Lord fights. Now you have to consider the Novaria with the information from the Astral Echo and of course the Star Shutter that is going to be hitting a lot of heroes on the side of Blacklist International.
Opening it up here,
nice dodge.
Misses on the final slash, but also going to be dodging the Astral Recall. Oh, Sanford's pretty far away, so is Ben Cutie. I wonder if Black knows this.
17,000
Seal already used. Hunting him down. Lord HP is ticking.
Look at that. Echo is complete finally.
Final
slash! Final slash coming in from Edward! And now Blacklist! They're gonna get this Lord! And they're gonna get the kills! JP is gone! Carl TZ as well! They can actually end this going in the mid lane! What a surprise play from Legend Zero!
We saw a very interesting call here from Echo. Sending 2 members on the bottom side. What was that about, Midnight?
I mean, they're trying to split the map to provide pressure to the opposite side of the Lord. But the thing is, Blacklist does not care. Like, they don't have to split up. They just need to take over the front liners of Echo. And that was the case. Like, Edward, when he saw the Kaja overstep, immediate final slash coming off the Arlen.
Yeah, they were too late. They were too late to the fight. They couldn't get in a good position. And now Egan, it looks like they want to go for the finish.
They really want to go for the finish. MLBB is a momentum-based game, and Blacklist wants to continue their momentum with a Game 1 win. The Lord is in the middle lane right now. Sanford had to use that Bravest Fighter to walk away from a potential death, but the Echo able to burst down that Lord quite easy.
This is the advantage of having a lineup that has a lot of damage dealer. You are able to clear the wave in a fast manner.
Yeah.
But Blacklist, they have another realm.
Oh,
JP!
but JP actually caught OHEB, but the clutch Nether Realm is there.
Hard guard!
With hard guard. OHEB is still alive, and the rest of members of Blacklist. No casualties yet.
Their ults are on cooldown.
Oh my god! That Nether Realm catch from UA.
1 HP.
He was able to save OHEB with 1 HP.
Oh.
And after that, during the duration of the stun, that 1.7 seconds, Renegade was there with the hard guard, saving the Irithel of Blacklist International.
It basically extended his HP bar another full bar. That hard guard is just...
And he was able to buy the immortality during that time.
Good offense from JP, but better defense from Black. specifically you and Renegade. That was clutch.
Talk about life insurance, man.
Wow.
That is the ultimate life insurance, I gotta tell you.
This is the level of peel and saving utility that Blacklist has with the Paramis and the Angela. You've discussed this earlier, Ingan. Renegade, it's awkward. It's a weird combination. But man, oh man, they make it work.
Yes, they're making it work, and Renegade, really, he's really showing that
Again,
the
Edward
is wide, but Edward, with the final slash there, both
Yeah.
teams, they're still disciplined enough. We're approaching the 20-minute mark.
Yep, Echo definitely has to be careful about the angles that Edward has been making
And so
with the final
far-
slash.
Yeah, so far, Blacklist has been riding on that final slash, because if you guys don't know this, it's basically the only crowd control they have, the only AoE crowd
It is.
control they have.
It is.
So Legend Zero's decisions here are super crucial to get these pickoffs.
Yeah, again, it begs the question for Echo. Do you want to switch up targets? Because if you take down Edward, you don't have the crowd control versus the Irithel, but it makes the team fight for Blacklist International very, very awkward. It has to depend with the survivability coming out from the Promise, the Angela, for the Irithel. But it is a way for Echo to fight into this lineup of Blacklist International.
It's one way.
Oh, Edward again.
Talking about
Blacklist.
Edward, that's exactly what he's doing right now.
They're blitzing the Lord. A knockoff coming in from the Lord. It's gonna be a record. Oh! But look at the goat of all TZ securing the Lord. But Blacklist wants to answer back with a kill. Sadford's gonna go down. Call TZ's gonna go down.
Look at the 1-1.
The 1-1.
Man.
No, Edward's there.
What's the call? Edward's there.
Legend Zero's there. Blacklist, they can actually go in all mid.
They don't have the audit here.
Yeah,
Look at
they
that.
don't have the engage.
Sensui soaking up the damage. They have no
the
minions in
stacks.
the middle lane.
The
The stacks.
Oh, he can
Benecuity,
fly,
the
he can
damage can be
fly.
felt already. The immortality.
Oh, no.
Benny! But Blacklist, I think they can actually end things here. But the Lord
it didn't hit.
respawned in the middle lane.
Okay, Star Shot missed from Sanji. If it hit, it would have been very devastating for Blacklist International. Edward's here in the middle lane. They might want to go for a re-engage here for Blacklist, but they don't have the nether realm. They don't have the hard guard.
JP, clutch
Winter
Winter Truncheon.
Truncheon.
US still alive with the nether realm, and they can actually end this. Blacklist might be able to get game 1.
And they do. This winning moment is brought to